Hey all my beautiful people, I know 2023 was not my year for uploading to YouTube. I know I had kind of talked about my depression that I would sometimes slip into, but I never really talked about why last year really hit hard for me. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. This video I wanted to be a sew-in chat since I needed to work on getting my Sojo back. I'm working on the skipper top with the Francie skirt from Charm Patterns Patreon. I'm making this as a quick sewing project for my oldest kiddo. I'll be working on her formal dress here soon. The winter formal still has not happened, and she wanted to wear the red dress again from 2 years ago that I'll link up above. So I have a little bit more time before she has her prom. I will be using my own pattern and the beautiful green fabric I have for her. Now, as for 2024, I have a few things that I'll be working on, not just the prom dress, but as Skylar is getting ready to graduate this year, I want to make her a wardrobe that she will love, instead of the polos and khaki pants that she's had for the last 4 years. We've sat down and I know she wants a cottagecore wardrobe, and I know her favorite colors are hunter and olive green. So I'll be including that in a lot of her clothes over the 2024 year. I love that the new Patreon theme for Charm Patterns is Charm School, and I'm excited to see what comes out, but I'm on the lookout for fabric to use to make the Charm School uniform, not only for Skylar, but for myself too. So I'll be keeping up my Charm Pattern Patreon subscription for another year. And I know that subscription is coming up here soon. I've also had my Seamwork subscription for the last year, but I've only used maybe 1 or 2 of their patterns. So I'm going to be giving that up, but I do have all of their patterns up until this month. I'll be able to use their patterns, or we'll be able to hack them into what we need for both Skylar and myself for what I'm envisioning for her especially. Now, my little one Ryan will also be getting a few new outfits since she's mainly wanting dresses. She is needing new clothing, but she's asked for an aesthetic that I really don't know how to implement into clothing. So if you have any idea how I can design a wardrobe around Dreamcore, please let me know down in the comments. I have a lot of free patterns for her, and I have a few that I've paid for in the past, plus my big pattern companies. And I've had a basic block for her for a while now. As long as it still fits her, I'll be able to make whatever she is wanting. I'm also going to be revisiting my series on the first look at big pattern companies, reviewing all of the new patterns that are coming out, and maybe purchasing a few of them when they're on sale. I am worried that I'll have a hard time getting paper patterns here locally since Joanne had some things going on. But I'm going to keep my ear to the ground on that, and if my local one closes, I will be shopping their clearance sales for sure. I still have my Hoslum and my Lutterloh pattern systems, but I'm not going to be purchasing any more Lutterloh, and I'm not going to be purchasing any of the Hoslum vintage magazines that I find online. And it's nothing against those companies. It's just I have so many patterns right now that I need to work through what I have. And I have quite a few from both of those companies now. And I know Hoslum no longer makes them, but I was collecting all of their old magazines for a while. I'm no longer going to be collecting them until everything that I'll talk to you about here in a little bit is kind of solved. Now, one of the Walmarts that is near me has a small fabric selection that I'm always looking at the pre-cut bundles. You know, the ones 2 yards for $4 or something along those lines. And the last time that I was up there, I did find the fabric that I am using in this video to make this dress for Skylar. And every time I'm in there, I always try to see if I can find 1, maybe 2 of those bundles to make something. Now, one of the things that has kept me from sewing as much is my poor time management skills, especially when it comes to helping my neighbor. They are both elderly, and she has macular degeneration and is no longer able to see well enough to drive, and he has Alzheimer's and has a lot of appointments, and she needs help. So I'm constantly helping them get to their appointments, go grocery shopping, and just running errands around town to try and help them. I've known their family since I was a little girl. Her son and my older brother were best friends growing up. So I just need to work on my time management and get in here to record videos and things along those lines. And that's something that I'm going to be working on this year. Now, one of the big reasons why I have been drifting in and out of depression this year is after my mom passed away, I inherited the home that I've always lived in. I have struggled not only with losing my mom, but also trying to find a lawyer to pay to go to probate court, pay the hefty tax payments on this house since I don't qualify for the homestead exemption, and I've fallen pretty far behind on those payments. And yes, I am going to have to go to tax court because of this. I've been trying to decide if I just needed to sell the property and try and start new, or trying to find a way to save the home that I grew up in and get the money for these back taxes. So one of the things I'm going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks is offering different things on my Ko-fi account, where if you would like to donate anything, you can go over there and download any of my PDF forms, including patterns and things along those lines that I'll have up over there for you. I'll also be including some of my embroidery designs for you to be able to download. Anything that you donate there will help my family not only pay these taxes off, and we would be grateful, and it will keep my family not only here, but would let me keep making these videos this year. I will be able to make payments and work with the judge when my court date comes to save my home and figure out how to get it into my name so taxes are more manageable. I'm not asking for handouts. I promise I'm not asking for handouts, as I am going to be uploading things over on Ko-fi, and you'll be able to download whatever it is that you would like. I'm just going to be working on those off and on over the next couple of months. Now, yes, I do spend a little bit of money on my sewing, but most of my fabrics are either thrifted or they're cheap fabrics from Walmart, and I might spend a little at Joann when they have a sale. But I'm always making payments on those taxes. It's just gotten out of hand due to me not qualifying for the homestead exemption. I am working with a friend realtor that if I'm not able to pay these taxes off in time, then we can sell. I just can't move from this home until my daughter graduates high school, since she is in a top school and we risk losing that education if we move too soon. Now, off about the taxes, I also slipped into this depression because of a few physical things going on with me. My weight is one of them, but also my teeth. You may have noticed in a few of my previous videos that I don't always wear my teeth, mainly because they gag me and I have a hard time wearing them. I need to go get a new set done, and hopefully I'll be able to do that after we figure out our home taxes. I also have lost my longtime companion bear. He was a 14-year-old chow chow that we had to have him put to sleep at the end of last year, and it has really affected me mentally. He loved my partner James, but he was so protective of the girls and me. I miss him a lot, and watching his decline was hard on me. His little brother Bruno, yes, he was named after the character from Encanto, also has had an ear infection, and that's more money that we didn't really have. He is on the road to healing, thankfully, because I did qualify for care credit. I don't want to end this video on depressing topics, so let's switch gears for a moment. One of the videos I have planned for this year is going to be a multi-part series. It's going over all of my pattern books and my sewing books that I have collected since I began my sewing journey. So be on the lookout for that on the channel. And I've also noticed that I hit 500 subscribers in the last month. Thank you all for that. I'm very grateful for all of you that have stuck around for me over the last year where I have struggled. That's really all I have for you this week, and I will see you again next week for a new video. Bye.